Okay. Hi everyone. So in this video, I want to try to figure out something. Now, as I'm building Opendora, uh, I've got some kind of uh, problem. If you ever watched that channel before and you are familiar with Opendora so far, you will notice that we've got agents uh, section in here in my sidebar. That if I click on any agent, select, I can see the sessions for that specific agent. And this is like a very standard approach that most of the kind of agents use. The problem that I've got here is that I have many multiple agents in here, like so many of them. Obviously, at some point, I want to hide the ones that, you know, they're not really user-facing ones, like let's say architect or code explorer or project manager or business analyst, tester, engineer, and all that. Now, this is not the agents that ideally I should be or need to directly interact with, because I've got my Pandora product owner. There should be the ones that, you know, channel and funnel all the work to downstream agents. Now, I've got all the sessions in here, and as Pandora or Opendora is basically heavily relying on delegation and sub sessions or sub sessions. I mean, the sessions for me, it's just one terminology. Yes, there's sub sessions, but the sub sessions are just normal sessions. There's different type of sessions, as you can see, which that probably might change a little bit, but we have like scoped sessions, we've got worker sessions, and we've got scratchpad sessions and role sessions. And the way you can think about it is we've got scratchpad session that is basically like a standard session as you would go to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. This is like a throwaway session that, you know, you just use once, you get what you want, and that's done with that session. Then we've got like scope sessions. I shouldn't be clicking already because I created a session, but we've got scope sessions, and this type of session is focused on a project or feature that we want to deliver within the project, or any other kind of session that we will return to and keep conversation going. Now then we have worker session, and this is almost like a sub session. This is like within the scope session we might have a workflow that would technically, let's say example, give it example. Let's say project manager have received the request to basically initiate project. So it will do skill discovery, it will load basically the session that he needs, and then he should go like project initiation, and then he should go and basically call like different agents to deliver basically the requirement. So this is actually test. So I've been testing, and then this is the result. So he actually went and he's done the right thing. So he went and went through skill discovery, then he loaded the skill, like we want to initiate the project initiation is the skill that we want to do, and then he simulated the phases in which he would basically call the code explorer, architect, engineer, and tester to test everything, and reviewer, which makes sense. So imagine now each of those would be our our worker session. So we would have scope session to create a project, and that would become, oh, clicked again, and that would become our project session. In that project session, we would basically have many requests to develop features. This would create another subsession to develop the feature, but the first task within that session would be basically to initiate project. Then each call of individual agent, like code explorer, architect, would be separate session that would return back to our main session. That would be basically like a subsession in the normal system. Now, what I struggle already, and Opendora is basically still in alpha, it's not even beta, but the problem I'm having already is visibility of all those sessions. Like I already get lost in those sessions, so I need some kind of a way of figuring out how we can basically design a visually the system in which we could basically either select the agent like we're doing here, and then the main session that would show us entire tree of the sessions. Now it's a difficult task because I kind of haven't seen any solution like that. The only thing that comes to mind for now is something similar to basically like a folder structure, or I could go as far as creating basically like a React flow or something like that, which I think it will have place in Opendora anyway, and in many aspects, specifically like agents and everything else. But I'm still kind of in two minds on trying to figure out how I can categorize it and basically implement it. So if you guys have any ideas on how to do it, please drop me like comment below, as I'm really stuck, and although I have some ideas, I don't think this will, the like folder tree structure, I don't think it will give it like a true justice, and I want to be able to have some sort of category that will basically group entire, almost like a delivery with multiple sessions that are related on the parent-child relationship, to be neatly displayed and searchable and discoverable. So I want to make sure that it's easy for the user to grasp. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share.